My name's Uncle John, and I make soap. A lot of people have been asking me the last couple of years, how did you get started making soap? How does a guy that, looks like you, talks like you, walks like you, how do you get into this business? Yeah, I've been in this business 8 years. We've been in a brick and mortar store for 4 of those years. 2015 is when we started our brick and mortar. And before that, we did it for 4 years, craft shows, farm markets, online, things like that. Before that, I was a carpenter. I was a carpenter for years. It got to the point where I've always had a bad back. The year we got married, 1997, my back went bad. I had to have surgery and all kinds of stuff. And I went back into construction against my doctor's wishes, and it caught up with me. So I spent the entire summer, this is about 12 years ago, flat out on my back. I got some epidurals, got my back to the point where I could maneuver again, and I went to work for the Board of Ed in the county where I live. Worked for them as a special education assistant, and I worked one-on-one for the first few years, and then I, bounced to different job titles within the system. And it was all right. Benefits were great. Pay wasn't so hot. But during that time, with the pay not so hot part, we were trying to save some money, go a little greener, get a little healthier. And my wife had been researching laundry soap recipes. She found a recipe. She gave it to me, asked if I could make it. And it was for a liquid form, of laundry soap. I made it. I didn't like it. It sucked. I hated the fact that it would separate all the time. It just was too much work, took up too much space to store it because the recipe was for like 5 gallons at a time. So I tweaked it a little and played around and came up with a powdered version, which a lot of other people have been making anyway. And I just stuck with that. It's easier to store, it's compact, it dissolves really well even in high efficiency machines. And we rolled with it. Within about 2 months, maybe less, my wife came to me one day and was telling me how well she liked her laundry soap. And she asked if I could make bath soap. Again, I've been a carpenter most of my life. Now, I'm not afraid to try things, but she said, hey, let's make bath soap. Sure, I'm game. Let's make bath soap. So we did. I did some research and then some reading, watched a few YouTube videos, and I jumped right in. Like I said, I'm not afraid to try things. If it fails, it fails. And I stole some olive oil out of the pantry. I already had some lye drain cleaner. And I read the bottle to make sure it was 100% lye, and it was. And went to town making a basic, very basic bar of Castile soap. And we fell in love right there. I mean, it was some of the best stuff we'd ever used in our lives. So we've been tweaking the formula over the years, but we keep the same basic principles. We keep it fairly simple, and it's a great product that stands on its own. So just like a lot of other things, this business was started out of a little bit of want for a better life, better circumstances, money savings, things like that. So it was sort of born out of necessity. I mean, we could have still bought cheap soap, but again, we were trying to go greener while we were trying to save money. So for us, making our own saved us the money on a better product. So we didn't save money overall, but you get the idea. And that's where, we started with the idea. We were making it for ourselves, but we thought, other people might like this. Other people might benefit from this product. We had our niece and nephew over one day playing with our kids, having a play date. And we had our soaps out drying on these cookie cooling racks. And the kind, you're baking cookies and you put them on this wire rack to cool. Well, I was putting my bars of soap on them on the window seat in our living room to dry. And the kids were picking up all the different bars of soap, smelling them. I didn't care. You're not going to hurt my soap. And their father came in to pick them up, my brother-in-law. And, you know, I call him Uncle Brian, he calls me Uncle John. And he walks in, the first thing he says is, "Hey, quit messing with Uncle John's soap." Looked at my wife, she looked at me, thinking, you know, simple is good. And Uncle John's was born. It was good. We started within a few weeks after that selling at a farm market right around the corner from our house. Where we live in Salisbury, Maryland, we have a thing every third Friday of the month called Third Fridays, where they close off a section of downtown, and it's like a block party, street fair kind of thing. And we started selling at that venue too, and gaining some popularity, and it was good. Within a year or so, we had our website up and running, and things just sort of took on a life of their own. People liked our product and would return for our product. And in the beginning, like I said, it was just bath soap and laundry soap. Then we moved on to body scrubs, and then some accessories, and then more flavored scents. Sorry, I'm not supposed to call them flavors. We moved on to more scents of soap, more scents of scrubs, more scents of laundry soap. And since then, we've expanded into traditional shave soaps that you would use, and you can see the brushes behind me on the shelf. You know, you use an old-fashioned brush, whip up your soap into a lather. Double-edged razors, you can see some of them right there. And beard products, beard balms and oils, they're on that dresser right back there. It's been good. We just keep adding. Lotions, bubble baths, bath soaking crystals, accessories again, washcloths, loofahs, scrubs. So, you know, we're not just a bath shop. You know, the store itself is a mishmash of unique items that I think go well with our style. You know, like again, I'll sell razors, pocket knives, inexpensive watches, decent watches, but you know, we're not going to sell Rolex here. Art from different artists around the community and things like that. So it's been good for us. We built a brand around this face and this beard, mostly the beard, and so I have to keep that forever now. But I do get to shave my head and play with all the cool vintage razors and shave soaps. So I've gotten off track a little bit, but that's how I got my start making soap and turning it into a business. And this little town, Berlin, where the store is located, this little town has helped me tremendously with that. Berlin is a cool, looks like a sleepy little town, historic town, but we get jumping. Right now it's a little slow. You know, we're coming into, you know, halfway through March, and it can be a little dead around here this time of year, but I still have my regulars in town and I can still come in. I make all our products here. Megan and I make our products here. So we're always making stuff, shipping stuff. So there's always a reason to be here at the store. So when somebody does show up in town and they didn't expect it to be quite this dead, there's still a couple stores for them to go into and check out, restaurants to eat, things like that. So, all right, guys, I know that was a little long-winded. Hopefully that explains how Uncle John's got its start. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments down below, or you can shoot me an email at unclejohnsoap@gmail.com. Hit our website up, unclejohnsoap.com. Again, if you got something out of this, if you enjoy our videos and you know would like to see more, hit that subscribe button down below and click the bell icon so you don't miss the next one.